Y'all know the vibes, man. It's Smooth Lifetime. We're back with a video for you guys today, man. How y'all been? I'm good. I know I just realized, bro, every time I start a video, I'm always on the way to the gas station. You know where I'm about to go right now? The gas station. You know why? Fuel low, bro. This car always low on fuel whenever I drive it. For some reason. Nah, I'm joking. How y'all been though, man? Your boy is back, and we are going to do a little 6-month review of my ownership with my car. And when I say it's been a good 6 months, it's been a great 6 months. It's been a lot of good things, there's been a lot of downs, a lot of bad things, a lot of stuff I had to deal with for the first 6 months. But first, before we get into that, I'm gonna go get some gas, put a little 85 in here, find me a little nice quiet spot, and where I can really get to discussing and conversating with you guys about my ownership of my C7 Z06. You feel me? So yeah. Alright, y'all, we done got our gas, put some 85 in that thing. Let me put this seatbelt on, godly. Now it's time to go find somewhere quiet and peaceful where I can record and really talk to you guys about my ownership with this car. So I'll see you guys at that spot. As you can see, we done made it to somewhere quiet by itself in the cut. It is a highway over there, so if it gets a little loud, it's because them cars and stuff and them trucks are going back and forth on the highway. But let's go ahead and get started on my 6-month review or ownership of my C7 Z06. And I don't know what to start with, you guys. Should I start with the good or the bad? Actually, let's ask Siri. Let's flip a coin. So heads is going to be good, tails is bad. Hey Siri, flip a coin. Tails. So we're starting with the bad first, you guys. So I'm gonna go down the list one by one, what I had to go through, what was the problems, and how we kind of solved it. I might put that in here. Let's see if I do. But first things first, I got a list too. First things first, when I first got the car, it had a whole bunch of service stability track, rear axle disabled, stability track, all that stuff. And you know how we found out? Well, you know what we found out to fix that and what was the issue? So one of the wire harnesses were burnt on the header, like completely through. Like completely burnt through the wire harness. I'm gonna show you guys. Apparently do that shit to what it.
These, look at all these.
Yeah, that's cool.
Look.
Yeah, they're exposed. See it? Yeah.
Cooked. That's like 7-8 of them at least.
So we had to get that, I had to get that soldered and fixed and everything. We didn't replace it, we just soldered them, heat wrapped them, heat shielded them, double time this time, and moved them out the way. So whoever installed the headers the first time on this built car, they didn't move the harness out the way. So in all, I ended up fixing it, but I know the previous owner had problems with it before. He probably just didn't say nothing, but I got that fixed like a week or 2 weeks into owning the car. And when I say it was just flashing stuff, I got a video on here, I'm gonna tag it up there. When I say it was just flashing stuff, it was flashing repeatedly, and it was getting real annoying. Ain't nothing more annoying to get in the car and like just waiting for a problem to happen. Okay. All right, y'all, so let's get to number 2 on this list, man. So number 2 was that the tune was terrible. Like the tune on the car was bad, and the chop was bad, everything was bad. So when I originally got the car and I looked at the tune file, the max set of timing, and the car was on 93 when I bought it. 9085, no meth, no C85, no M109, no none of that. It was on 28 degrees of timing. On 93, oh, and it had the knock tables disabled. So on 93, you're really not supposed to go over 20, 21 degrees of timing, and that range is where you want to be at on the LT4 or LT4 base platform, you feel me? And it was on 28 degrees of timing on 93 with the knock tables disabled. So I wouldn't know if my car was knocking or not unless it started puffing black smoke or idling wrong or popping while on me. I don't know, man, to be honest. So I got that fixed. So I had my tuner, and previously the last shop that tuned the car, I'm not gonna talk about it, I'm not gonna say the name of them. They said they ran out of fuel like E40. They said the car made like right under 900 wheel on E40. lying. Well, inaccurate. And said on 93 it made 815 wheel. Yes, on 28 degrees of time and right before the car blow up, it probably made 815. But my guesstimate that on 93 the car was making like 750, 740 at the time. Like it wasn't like maybe like 760 at most. But my tuner Ryan Cunningham from BRT Raceworks, he was able to get my car tuned on E50. So it's weird how somebody would run out of fuel on E40, but when my tuner tunes it, he's able to get E50 out of it. So that's crazy. And I'm thinking at that point, the car was making around like on E50 with no mess was probably making around like 800 wheel, maybe or nothing more than that. I thought it was 850, but after, I'm not gonna say too much about that situation. But, and also Ryan did fix the cam, like the lope and the idle, because before it was so weak. And then, granted, the biggest cams will make the most power, but this car has a good size cam in it, not the biggest, not the smallest. So pause. No diddy, no diddy, no diddy. But yeah, so we got that fixed, and I'm gonna let you guys listen to the compare chops beforehand. So here's the first chop with the old tune. Chop with the Ryan Cunningham tune. So yeah, guys, that is like a big difference. And the car drove so much better after that. It felt so much faster. It felt safer. I was happy to race. And that was number two, man. The car needed a serious retune. A serious retune. Because this car has a lot of components in there, a lot of build components and not stock components. So got to keep everything running simultaneously well together. No fights and no hiccups with everything, anything in there. But okay. Okay, so let's get to some of the most serious and annoying stuff. So when I first got the car, no problems. Drove fine, no leaks up under the car. Everything was fine. As soon as I got home, did a pull. I started seeing puddles up under my car. And it wasn't oil. It wasn't water from the AC. It wasn't anything magical. It was coolant. I'm like, we got a coolant leak already. I'm thinking something wrong with the motor. Did something really go crazy in there? But no, man. My car was leaking coolant out of the intercooler hose that goes into the supercharger. It's a supercharger brick on the Magnuson 2300. The little bracket was broke, so whenever I was like giving it the car like some type of movement or some type of vibration, it would pull it out. Or the pressure of the water going through would cause the hose to put a little bit in the water, would just leak out of those little areas, that little open spot, and it was just leaking all down the car. See how this is tight? Doesn't move. And yeah, y'all saw that? And I'm gonna show you what resulted from that, bro. What made me figure it out was so I have an ice tank in my trunk, you guys, and the pump sounded like it was running dry, so it was like humming. It was humming really bad. I was like, I'm like, that's not how that's supposed to sound. So I went in there, water was empty. Like the water was going, like it was no water in the tank. Like I think it's like almost a 5-gallon tank. It was empty. I'm like, so where's the coolant? I called the guy somebody did a hard pull. But I called a guy that works in my car and I was like, hey bro, you know where this coolant went? And he was like, yeah, coolant doesn't just disappear. It's somewhere, it's leaking out of somewhere. And behold, the whole time it was leaking out of that little opening that was moving up and down. So he welded another one, fixed that. We got that fixed. And that ended my coolant leak on this car. So that's 3 issues that I had in that was like the first 2 months of the car that we got fixed. Let's go on to number 4. And number 4 was just as annoying as the rest of the ones, man. And they had to do with this area on all 4 sides of my car. So let's get to it. So number 4, man, was my lowering bolts. The aftermarket AFE lowering bolts that were on this car were squeaking out the ass, you guys. Like squeaking, crunching, knocking, or or it just made the car sound cheap and less of what it is, man. It did not sound like a good C7 Z06, man. It sounded like some shit in a junkyard, man. And I thought it was either my suspension was going out, like part of like the, what is it? Not the axles, the struts. I'm thinking the struts were going out, all that stuff. But I did my research on the forums and on YouTube also, and it ended up being the lowering bolts. And many people had the same situations. It comes from when the urethane, or like the plastic around the actual bolt, degrades away, and now it's just metal on metal, and it sounds so nasty, y'all. I'm gonna put in a little clip of the sound. So we got that fixed, and I was nervous if that was just gonna be the fix or not. But once my guy replaced them, like once he replaced them, all the noises went away, and I was back to a happy camper, riding around, driving, being able to give people rides without having to explain why it's making this noise, and being able to do POV videos now without it sounding disgusting. So that was number 4, man, and we getting on this list. Let's go to number 5, you guys. Oh, number 5, man. I promise you guys, I didn't buy a terrible car, man. The car does have some kinks and stuff, bro, but I found out after trying to figure out my IATs and my manifold temps, I took the bricks out and cleaned those out, make sure those are clean and not full of sud and grease and all that stuff. So I cleaned that out, and I went to put the supercharger lid back on, and the bolts were not torquing. It would free spin, and you guys know what that means. We stripped the bolt. Well, I didn't, but the previous people that worked in this car, they stripped 3 of them. They stripped 3 bolts on the supercharger. So I had to get those retapped, fixed, and now it was working fine. But like, that's like stuff you can avoid. Like, don't over torque stuff. Find out the torque specs, or just, if you mechanically inclined, you would know not to fucking torque a fucking, that shit to 3,000 inch pounds, you feel me? Foot pounds, my bad. That's even crazier. I used to be an airplane mechanic, you guys, if y'all didn't know. But supercharger lid was fucked. But we got that fixed. Oh, and also, what kind of gave it away that it was loose, it wasn't torquing. It was like, you know how oil goes in supercharger off the engine sometimes? We know it's always oil in there. It's never perfect. I have a catch can too. But oil was seeping through the front of the lid onto like the snout area, and it was like making it look moist and stuff. So I'm like, I'm thinking like, this is normal. Maybe it's coming from the vent that's on the hood, but no, it was oil coming from the supercharger. So got that fixed, got those tapped, retorqued, and now it's no more oil, you feel me, leaking out of the car. So that was 5, man. That was a good 5, but I have a couple more, and I got my handy dandy list. Oh my, and this is the most recent one that really was over the top, that I thought my car was done, broken. Let's get to it. All right, y'all, so let's get to number 5 or 6. Dang, how I keep losing count of these, y'all. Y'all supposed to be helping me, man. Y'all supposed to be helping me with keep count, because there's so much stuff, man. It's bringing back the PTSD and the trauma that I had when this stuff was effing up, you guys. But, oh man, my MAV sensor, my filter, bro, on my intake. Who would think an intake filter would terrorize the MAV and terrorize the whole integrity of the car? And that word integrity, I am serious. So I end up changing my filter, because I had an old filter, nasty, gunky filter on there, which 2 videos I think I made a video about this, how I really messed my car up. Actually, I'm gonna link it up there. Go watch it. But the MAV sensor was coated in oil from the new K&N filter that I ordered that goes with the Quartz 5-inch intake, that their whole setup. It goes with that. And I should have just bought a non-oil one, but I don't know why I bought an oil one, bro. Me being too quick and too happy, I didn't actually think about it and take the time before I swiped my card and ordered it. I went through 3 of them too to find the right size. But yeah, let's go. Let's get to it. That MAV sensor being covered in oil ruined all of my fuel trims, what my injectors were doing, and all of that stuff. Nothing was correct. And when I sent it to my tuner, when I told him, like, bro, my car is, like, I found out my car was messed up on a race. I raced a 850 wheel horsepower in that range. S197 Mustang, VMP blower, all that stuff. And he put a beating on me. I might clip it in here. I really don't want to. I'm tired of saying it because it makes me sad. But he put a beating on me, so I'm thinking, okay, maybe his car is just faster than mine. I raced another car that I already beat, and he beat me, so I'm like, yeah, something's wrong with my car. My car doesn't just, you feel me, just fall off like that. So I send a log to my tuner, and behold, everything was messed up. And it was running lean, super lean, super lean. If you want to know more about this problem, it's in my last video, my last 2 videos ago. I'm gonna tag it up there again. Or if I didn't do it the first time, I'm gonna tag it up now. That gives an in-depth description on like stuff, what not to do and what to do with a built Z07 or intake filter or EMF sensor. But we got that fixed, retuned, and now the car's running a lot better now because we added some things to that, which I'm gonna go over on the good side. I'm not gonna go over right now because that's one of the positives of me on this car in my 6-month journey. But let's go ahead and get to the last one, which is, I just had to change the alternator. That's not bad, that's just normal for a car like this. All I had to do was change an alternator. And yeah, the car was, the screen was flickering, the gauges were going out. I was getting a service rear axle code every time the voltage was spiking. The voltage was spiking. It was going up to like 16 volts and down to 13.9. And once it settled, it would be normal. But sometimes you would start the car, it would spike up, and sometimes when you drive, it would spike up or drop voltage. So that's how I kind of knew it was alternator. Got that fixed. All the problems went away. And then we all know the notorious. Sometimes the C7 screen, the infotainment center wants to go out and come back by itself. But that's just Chevy. My Z01 did it. That's Chevy being Chevy. But that is my list of my bad things for the first 6 months. Let's get to the good stuff because I'm tired of speaking of the negative. Let's get to the good things and the happy things that I've got, that I've did or dealt with my C706, you guys. So let's start the good stuff. So first things first, you guys, I touched on this on the bad side, but let's talk about it on the good side. I got the car retuned. And when I got the car retuned, I told you what was wrong with it before. It turned to a whole different car. Like I 6130 the car when I first got it. It damn near did a 6-second 6130. It did a 5.8 in low DA. Got it retuned, low fives. Low fives with the same stuff in it, low fives. So that made me happy immediately. Like immediately. Let me stop playing immediately. Let me go on to number 2, man, because it's some positive stuff, man. Everything not bad with this car, man. I love it, to be honest. The journey made me a better car owner too, and a better performance car. It built my performance car knowledge up, if I can say that. Let's get to number 2. Number 2, we were able to run the car on E85. Way cooler temps, you can put more time into the car, and it smells like corn, man. That 93, especially with a full, like, this has a full exhaust. I mean, it does have the stock mufflers, but it's no cats, no primary or secondary cats. And 93 stinks. 93 smells like garbage, shit. It's just nasty and strong. E85 is kind of a sweet corn smell, but it also burns your eyes too. It's alcohol. So me adding 85, I was able to add more time in. Car got a little bit quicker, and it smells better in my garage when I cold start the car in the mornings or in the afternoons or whenever I want to drive the car. It smells so much better, and it's cheaper too. Even though it burns faster, E85 is a lot cheaper than 93, and we all know that for sure. So E85 was my number 2 positive thing that was good about owning the car. The stuff I've changed, the stuff I had to deal with, we had E85 to the car. So let's go on to number 3. And number 3, you guys, your boy finally took the car to the street. Oh, I went to the track first. I didn't go to the street. I went to the track first. I went to the track and went undefeated my first road race event with this car, without even good tires. I had the Kumho ACR tires that come on the Viper ACR, and anything 3rd and 60 didn't hook, but 3rd and 50 did because the torque didn't hit instantly because you had to build up in RPMs and stuff, you feel me? But second gear was impossible on those tires. Second gear on those tires did not work. But your boy went to the track. I raced my friends Justin, his 991 wheel horsepower, ZR1 is 1,000 horsepower. Beat him, surprisingly. Maybe he was spinning, but for my car to still beat him while he wasn't spinning to the bad where he had to let off, but he was spinning between shifts, I think. I still beat him. Insane. I beat a full bolt-on E50, I think, G82 and 4. I beat another higher horsepower. Is this looking at me? This truck? Is anybody in that truck, you guys? I think so. I can tell if anybody's moving in there. But I beat a higher horsepower C6. He spun, but a win is a win. What else did I beat? I beat a lot of stuff, you guys. I also tied on the highway with a Gixxer 1000, a new Gixxer 1000 with exhaust and tune. I think that's what he said he had on there. So yeah, man, your boy went undefeated on my first races with the car. So I was feeling happy and ecstatic. You feel me? After all the stuff I went through, I was like, okay, maybe the car is fast. Maybe I bought this car for a reason. Maybe it's a reason to everything. So went undefeated. Tied up with a leader bike, a newer leader bike too. Them things go crazy nowadays. But let's go past the races and let's get into what's next on my list, you guys. And next, man, you guys can understand this, man. Anybody, well, if you got a nicer car, a car that doesn't blend in with regular traffic, or is loud, is fast, or any type of thing that's not of a normal car, you're gonna get compliments, views, maybe some hate nods, maybe some bad jokes, or people just envious. But the compliments in the eyes and the kids. My favorite thing is when little kids come up to the car, or people younger than me come up to the car and just ask me to rev it, or ask me about the car, ask to sit in it, or ask for a ride. I will give you a ride. Pause. I will give you a ride in my car if you ask for a ride in the car, because I mean, I was once a little kid, so that makes me happy in my own like sense, because like it's like, dang, that used to be me. But the compliments, the people always looking, that gets annoying. Like the attention sometimes gets annoying, but sometimes people looking at you and all the attention, it just means you're doing something good, and it gives a warm feeling sometimes in your body and in your heart. It's like, dang, I'm doing something that sticks out a little bit, and it's a positive stick out. It's not like a bad stick out, if you know what I'm trying to say. So the compliments, the kids, the excitement, the views, and just all that comes. I almost failed me. I almost bust my and all that comes with owning, man. Heads Cam built motor. She's having Z06, you guys. It's just oh. All right, let's go to the next thing. So I know it get hard to look at a 10 every day or for too long, but I'm gonna show you guys. We added meth, which the car was originally built on the stock motor with meth, so I knew it was gonna pick up some horsepower with this. And it picked out a good amount, but let me not tell everything until I race everybody with it there. But we added meth. See those two lines? It goes all the way to it's a tank that's in here, my windshield washer fluid tank. Meth shoots in there from the pump. We have 215 nozzles. When I say that woke the car up, and also it runs cooler too. So the meth has to be spraying for it to cool the motor and all that stuff down, but it does run cooler with meth spraying in there. That's why you always see people saying adding meth for cooling. It's a real thing. You can also be more aggressive with the tune when everything is cooler. You don't gotta worry about too much knock or detonation, because it's cooler. Detonation comes from heat. So the meth was a big thing, which I was kind of on the fence about because all these negative stuff. But I got people that run meth on their cars. They've run meth in their cars for a long time and no issues. You just gotta take care of it. It's like anything else. You gotta you gotta do the corrective maintenance to keep everything running smoothly and good. So meth so far was a good idea. And it's been working well for the first 6 months. So we can put that on the list. First 6 months, meth was a good add-on. It was a positive, not a negative. And God forbid, it ends up on the other side of that list. But I think I have one more. All right. And my last one is I had to get new tires. And I think I need another set of tires right now, because these ET Street R's aren't the best for road racing. They're good for digs, but road racing. So I have an 18 wheel, and the tires are 325 35 18. As you can see, I mean, it's a Mickey Thompson ET Street R, and it's a great tire. It's one of their top of the line for Mickey Thompsons on the street. It's still a radial. It's not a slick, but my car, I feel like, makes so much torque. I think that's why it's a torque monster with that motor. Second gear, it does not hook. It has a spin to hook in second. Third, dead hooks. Second, with the tire pressure down to 16, 17 PSI, babe, rolling into it, it still spins. Like, it spins. It gets out on itself. And I didn't expect that with this wheel and tire combo. Everybody saying 15s, but 18s really is the cheat code on C7Zs. As y'all know, if y'all know who Justin White is, which he's also commented on my stuff, letting me know, like, 18s and Toyo RRs is the cheat. But in his recent podcast with, I think, Calvo, they talked about Toyo RR. So Toyo RRs is gonna be my next tire. But Those Akumaho, the street, those like regular, I forgot what tread tires those are, does not work with this. Toyo R888s will not work with my setup, but a Toyo RR, that will be my next tire, and I cannot wait because second gear is so aggressive, and my 6130 on these tires in third gear is in the I don't know if you guys know what the range is on Dragon 6130. You got like slow, quick, fast, and rocket ship. We in the fast. In third gear though. Second gear will be even faster. But we can't get second gear hooked, so I will never know until I get tires for it or I get a 15, which I'm not gonna do. But that was my video, you guys. Hopefully you guys stayed to the end and watched the whole thing. Make sure you subscribe and join the Smooth Lifer gang, man, because it's gonna get really interesting on the next couple posts because we got ICC coming, road racing, car show, all that stuff. So it's gonna get real adventurous and entertaining. So if I was you, I would hit that subscribe button and hit that bell to get a notification every time I drop a banger for you guys. That's what I would do if I was you, because it's about to get real crazy, and I haven't really raced a lot of cars with the mess setup, so I got some reruns for people and I got some new runs for people. It's going to be people all from over the country coming to ICC to race. So yeah, thank you guys for watching this in my 6-month experience with my car so far. It's been eventful, but it's been cool. I've learned a lot, grown as a person, grown as a car owner, and grown as a young man, dealing with all the issues I had to. And my bank account has shrunk, grew and shrunk even more because of this car. So make sure you guys watch, man, because that YouTube money, I need it. So y'all keep watching, keep liking, keep commenting, man. Thank you guys for watching, but y'all already know the vibes, man. Smooth Life Ty is out.